Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Freak Show. It's your host, Devin Izert, with my special guest, Rachel.
Hi.
Welcome to the Freak Show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Once again, people, we are continuing to talk about online dating. And Rachel reached out to me and she was like, I got a couple good stories to tell you. And she wouldn't tell me. She was like, I'll just have to tell you in person. I was just like, all right, you know the deal. Come over. Let's talk about it. Here we are.
Yes, here we are. So I have a couple stories. I would say my favorite story is about the man who claimed that his wife was dead. And
Really?
yes, we went and hung out at a bar one night, and he apparently was working security there. And then he had spent the night at my house, didn't do anything, made me and then we hung out again, and he, under the pretense that he wanted to go out drinking, because he had told me that his wife was dead and they had 4 kids, and she was from Germany, and that her twin had texted him
Yeah.
and was saying like he was so sad, he needed to hang out with someone, and come to find out, she wasn't even dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he basically made up this whole charade. And so I asked him, I was like, okay, well, why'd you do this? He's like, well, I'm in an open marriage. And I was like, but why wouldn't you just say something? Like, he literally had an entire story of her death, like made up. So, like, I mean, I think he's a psychopath. It was elaborate.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was like practicing in the mirror too, probably just like, got to get the story right and I got to
Probably.
nail it.
Like maybe writing it in his notes.
Yeah.
Like just like and then looking, because he would go out, but come to find out, he was talking to her on the phone when he was hanging out with me. So he'd be like, "Oh, I'm talking to my German stepson." No, he's talking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Holy
was.
shit.
I was just like, "How do you do that?" I
Yeah.
don't
That's like a common theme
know.
is a lot of married people are on these dating apps. Even the
Yes.
women, some are married and they're like, we're in an open relationship. I'm just like, damn, like, I don't know about that. Like, this just seems weird. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not weird, but like, I personally couldn't do that. That would just
No.
that just like rubs me the wrong way.
I have had so many married men message me, and either they would tell me that they were in an open marriage, or they would say things like, "Oh, I live on base." And so,
Oh.
oh yeah. And so I would be like, "Oh, okay, you live on base. So what rank are you?" And they would be like, "Oh, I'm an E5, E6, E7." And I'm like, "Well, why do you live on base then? Don't you want to say BAH?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, well, it's just so convenient to post." And I'm like, "No, you're married." And I'll be like, "So which housing do you live in?" And so then
Let me
they
guess,
would,
Patton.
yeah, Patton.
Yeah.
Most of them were Patton
Yeah,
or
okay.
McGraw. And I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Okay, you're E68. Got it. You're married." And so then I would have like other married people reach out to me, or they would just constantly be like, "Oh, okay, I am in an open marriage," or they'd hide it, and then I'd enter their number into Cash App or Venmo or Facebook,
Yeah.
and then I'd see their wife. Yeah.
Damn, yeah, caught red-handed. What like and then so then what's your next step?
Okay, so this one man I had, he messaged me on Snapchat, and he had like changed his name, everything like that.
Yeah.
And then I forget exactly, this is a while back. I forget exactly what I did. Oh, he finally told me his real name, because he had said something that made me catch that he was married. I found him and his wife on Facebook. They have a whole baby. She advertises like something on Facebook all the time on the wives page that I used to be on. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Unfortunately, I did not know that he was married before we hung out. So,
Oh shit.
yeah, I felt really bad.
That's why I don't hide in the shadows. I don't give
No,
a fuck. I
no.
literally be like, oh, boom, you want my Instagram, you want my Facebook,
Yes,
boom, everything, pop, 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 pop. Like day one, day
exactly.
two, it's like, go ahead and creep. And then sometimes they'll look through all my shit and then I won't get a
Mhm.
response. I'll be like, hey, that just saves me time and everything.
Exactly.
But it's weird. It's the ones that, and this goes for me too, because
Mhm.
I'm not saying like I'm the greatest guy
Yeah.
like east of the Mississippi, but sometimes that happens if you like, you do the Facebook stalk and
Yes.
then I'll just ghost them immediately. But what was that one thing you said? It's ghosting? It's
Slow ghosting.
slow ghosting. I want you to describe that, like Urban Dictionary it for us.
Okay. So I personally think that slow ghosting is when you send a person maybe 1 or 2 texts, and then the next day you do the same thing, and then the following day you're just like, goodbye. There's nothing.
Oh, you don't even say goodbye. It's just like
No.
nothing.
And I don't ghost people. I don't ghost people. Well, that's a lie. I think I ghosted like one person. But I don't like to ghost people. I just like to say, hey, I'm not really that into you, or we're not riding the same wavelength, baby. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do.
Oh, I don't even say goodbye. I just straight let it
You
be.
just say bye.
I'm so bad.
You're so
And I'm
bad.
out here preaching. Like, I'm out here preaching what I'm like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do what I say, not what I do, people.
Well, like some people will be like, oh, well, why is, and I'll give them my information, like not really my Instagram, that's more private with like pictures of my kids.
Yeah.
But I'll get like for example, my Facebook says my middle name, but I mean, I'll tell them my last name. It's not a big deal. My Facebook says my middle name for privacy reasons.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got my name tags everywhere, and like
Yeah, I know.
You see the big ass sign in the like.
Yeah,
I can't
saw
hide
yours
it.
in a picture and
Yeah,
everything
you
like
just
that.
like
So,
zoomed in, like, wait a minute, I've seen this guy before.
I mean, there's no reason to lie, in my personal opinion, but not everybody views it the same as I do. I'm just a person who doesn't lie.
Yeah.
So I guess I just view people like, well, why are you lying? Like, just tell the truth. I don't want to talk to you. Okay, goodbye. Like, I'm not going to tell your wife. It's not my business. That's your personal business.
Yeah.
I'm just saying goodbye. Like, we're not. No, thank you.
Yeah. There's. Yeah. It's still crazy.
Yeah.
Come on, like this is Fort Benning. We'll change the name to Fort Moore now. This is like I was literally talking to Thomas yesterday about this. This is like Schoolhouse of America. So there's constant people coming and going. Because the number one question that I get asked like off the rip is, "Hey, are you stationed here?"
Right.
And I'm just like, yes, of course I'm stationed here. And they're like, "Oh, just checking." And they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure I'm sure. Like they're so hesitant. That's just a like immediate red flag. So it's like you're already starting in the negative.
I've talked to people that were in schools here, and then they tried to say they would stop talking to me or stuff like that, or they would be like, "Oh, well, I'm leaving. Like tomorrow, we should hang out because like I can't hang out again." And I'd be like, "Well, no, I'm not really interested because you're not really here for a length of time."
Yeah,
that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too, because we were talking before. It's just like it's not just like Columbus and Phoenix City.
Right.
It's just the year 2023 kind of transition big time. And I think a lot of it happened with COVID too. Cause like, I feel like way back in the day, I was more active going out and meeting people that way rather than just sitting on my phone at midnight, just swiping and swiping.
Right.
And trying to find somebody. Cause like everything was shut down. I mean, you're in Colorado at one point. You know how during COVID, it was bad, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. We couldn't do anything. Dude, we couldn't do nothing. Like you couldn't go outside to catch some fresh air before you just were getting mean mugged by the neighborhood.
I think 2023, 2022 as a whole, I think just the dating scene is just so wild to me. The way people are meeting up, just every single thing. It definitely is not what it was. Like it's and I'm older, so like I'm almost 33, so I don't really understand it, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think is like something that everyone needs to like kind of like change? Like if everyone was to come together, like if everyone was to come together, what do you think everyone should change to make this experience better? Because I feel like it's only going to get worse, which it is. It's going to get worse as the technology advances and as we move down the timeline. It's just going to be completely different, and like the old ways of dating are going to slowly die out, and they're just going to be Hallmark films that we have to watch on Netflix.
For me, it's like, do you want to fuck? Do you want to be exclusive? Like, what do you want? Do you want to date? Do you want to like? Do you want to be together? Like that. That's the biggest thing for me. Is I don't like dishonesty. Like I said, I'm a person who doesn't lie. So I think that as a whole, people in the dating world, you need to just really be honest with what you want. Like, it's not embarrassing to be like, oh yeah, I just want to have sex with you, or oh yeah, I just want to. Like, I think that I want to possibly try to see if we have a connection. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And people just are so like secretive and weird and shady, and I'm like, no.
So I love I love pictures and I love videos. Everyone, I know some of you guys watching this always dog on me, but then you always come back at the end of the night and you're like, yo, Devin, you got those pictures you can send me? I'm just like, yeah, I got you, fam. Like, but anyways, like, what do you think about the people who are like, yo, don't take pictures of me, or like don't post any pictures of us, like the really shady kind of people?
That makes me think that they're hiding something, like they're in a relationship with them.
Or if they're talking to other people and it's on Facebook, and they don't want people to see, like, yo, don't tag me.
Yeah. That's another thing too.
I've experienced that with a couple girls in the past where they're like, hey, don't take a picture of me, don't upload it. I'm just like, damn, we've been hanging out for like a while now. Like, what's going on? And then that's just like, it really just irks me. Like my whole like view on that.
Because she's got a whole roster.
Oh yeah, I was just like benched because
Yeah.
probably someone was sick or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you were just like next best thing.
Yeah, I was just like,
unfortunately.
oh, he's available right now. Let me call him. Like he's cool. But yeah, like that's this is another theme that I've been noticing talking to people. It's just like the whole catalog situation. It's literally just you have so many options because I feel like when I'm swiping and I match and I start talking, somebody else will come like that I remember that I'm like swiped right on like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then they'll match with me and I was just like, damn, I was really hoping I'll match with you. And then now I'm talking to her, but then
Right.
there's another girl here, but then it's just so much, like it's so overwhelming.
It
And I can
is.
only imagine on the female side. The guy side, like it's not as crazy on the amount of like matches you'll get, but like females, like you probably have that up for just a couple days and get thousands
It's
of matches.
it's really dependent. So like sometimes I'll get a bunch of matches, sometimes I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then I would basically, the conversation fizzles out and dies.
Yeah.
And so then I kind of like focus on maybe like one or two people, and then it kind of narrows down to one. And then if things don't work out with that person, back to the dating pool. But I'm not a person who likes to speak to like multiple people because I just don't have the energy for that.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
That's too damn bad.
Sorry. I lost my headphones. Oh no. It happens.
That's too damn bad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I can't entertain people like that. I work, school, kids, just can't.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. I get so exhausted talking about the same shit, and then
Yes.
it's hard too because a lot of these people that I'm matching with are so far away, and it's always the coolest people that are out of state because you know how like the
Yeah.
Facebook dating app, like you start matching
Yes.
everyone. So here in Alabama, it just gives you everyone in like South Carolina, Florida, and then Mississippi. There is nobody in Alabama within 25 miles. That's cool. It's just like everyone's like far as fuck.
I got shot out to Fort Rucker the other day and didn't even realize it.
That
So-
is far away.
Yeah, I didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah, that's literally that's a long trip. I was like, damn, dude, gas prices these days, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I work full time. Like, I can't be just driving 3 hours one way to say what's up and then driving 3 hours back after I get rejected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's got to be a whole committal right there.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
like way too much.
We have to be exclusive together.
Yeah.
like-
So what is your viewpoint here? We'll just wrap this up with talking about this.
Mhm.
Is the amount of time that you want to talk to somebody before actually meeting up with them from the girl side.
I mean, like, I would say normally, like, let's say start talking to someone on a Sunday, I would probably want to meet up with them by like Saturday or Sunday of the following
Oh,
week.
so
maybe
you're
like 6 days or 5 days, maybe.
okay.
Yeah. Depends on my availability.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe like five-ish days probably.
Okay. So you're doing like a week. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because if you do like match, but it's like
Yeah.
sometimes work schedules like
Mhm.
matching with nurses out here that work the swing shift or they work
Yeah.
the night shift. I'm just like, I'm waking up when they're going to bed and I'm just like, damn, good night. And then like
Yeah.
by the time I get off, I'm like, damn, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. They're like, oh,
Right.
we're like getting ready for work. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I just like wake up and there's like a million just random videos on TikTok and Instagram and everything. But yeah, the slow ghosting, that's a true story.
That is the
Hey, if I
truth.
slow ghosted you and you're watching this, hey, shout out. I'm sorry. I don't know.
And
Just
if you slow ghosted me, I don't really care.
yeah. That's great.
So. Yeah.
That wraps up this episode. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hit up the comments. Tell me a story. Tell me something that you want to hear. We'll preach it. And thanks again for stopping by.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cheers.